you want me to have it? That's why I got it, because a lot of times I make a video and say, why didn't I get the carrot cake? And I can hear you people saying, get the carrot cake, you old coot. So I did. I got the carrot cake. The people have spoken. So, anyways, it's kind of funny because I was talking about a video I made a little while ago where I was reaching for some bubbly and knocked this bottle off the shelf and it busted. I haven't been back to that store since. I go to they have 3 locations. I go to the other one. Anyways, before I get started, interesting video today. I think so anyway. Okay. Happy birthday. So June 20s. Wait a minute, I want to make sure I'm not jumping the gun here. Okay, so for June 26th, happy birthday, Dario, who is from Spain, also known as Lone Drogo. Okay, so happy birthday, his birthday is June 26th. Happy birthday, Dario. So anyways, Dario apparently lives in Spain, from what I understand. And I've been to Spain, I've been to Barcelona, beautiful city. Hung out there for about 3 days, loved it. Also known as Lone Drogo, so you may have seen Lone Drogo's comments. I know that name totally rings a bell, totally. One of my amazing viewers. And another amazing viewer, Jacob, has a birthday, June 28th, from Pulp Fictionized. Okay, Jacob. Happy birthday, Jacob, from Pulp Fictionized. Okay, so that's pretty cool. 2 birthdays, June 26th, June 28th. Okay, so Dario, also known as Lone Drogo, and Jacob. Okay, that's totally cool, man. Got some birthdays there. And I thank these people for giving me a heads up well in advance. That's great. I think they let me know about this a long time ago. So I try and get the birthdays either on or close. Now I know I could have done Jacob's birthday a couple of days from now, but that would have been on a crossword puzzle night, and I prefer not to do shout-outs on crossword puzzle night because you don't see me, I don't see you, and well, I know I don't see you, but you know, it's nice if you can actually see my face while I'm giving you a birthday wish, or a shout-out. So to me, it just seems to be have a little bit more meaning, so to speak. So I got some veggies. Grapefruit bubbly, what else? Got no dip, but that's okay. These veggies will balance out the wings. I heated those up the mic, then just left the lid on. Now, this is kind of interesting. Well over a month ago now, or thereabouts, maybe not quite. Not quite a month ago, a couple weeks ago, I posted a video. It was unique in 2 ways to my ASMR channel. It was the video where I was eating I went to Burger Factory and bought a steak sandwich. They call it the utility steak sandwich. That's milk, cheese, and steak and all that. And I got some poutine. The poutine was really good. Loved it. Couldn't finish it because there's so much, but the steak sandwich, the meat was good, a little bit chewy, but the bun was very soggy, so I kind of complained all the way through, you know. Whine, snivel. It really just was kind of a disappointing sandwich, mainly because the bun was so soggy, and so you probably remember that video. You may remember how it started out with the black and white intro. So it was unique in the sense that for that video, That was the first time I used 4 cameras. It was also unique in the fact that my main camera, the one I'm using now, the one I'm looking at, is a brand new camera. And I've made a few videos already. So that video where I was eating that sandwich was the first video I used that I posted using my new camera, which is a Sony ZVE10. Or in other parts of the world you might say ZVE10. In Canada we say Z. That's why, when you call them ZZ Top, give me all your loving, we call them ZZ Top. No, just sticking with you. But anyways, I love the camera. I was really surprised that no one has said anything. No one seems to have noticed. Or maybe some people have noticed, but no one said anything. Now, this camera came highly recommended a couple of years ago. I can't remember the viewer. It's one of my viewers who has been very supportive of my channel and still around. But they know who they are because they were the first person to recommend this camera a long time ago, and I'd never heard of it. So because of the recommendation, I started looking into it. Realized it was one of the top cameras for YouTubers and bloggers, whatever. Maybe at one time it was the #1 camera, but still I think in the top 3 or top 5 for its price. I've been looking at this camera for a long time, researching, learning all about it. So when the day came that if I ever bought one, I'd be quite familiar with it. Now in Canada it retails for around $1,000. It was on sale for $800. I went down the store to look at it. And I'm looking at him holding it in my hand. The guy says, "You want to hold it here?" He gives it to me. I'm looking, he kind of turns his back. He's dealing with some other stuff. I'm looking at it. And he turned around and says, "What do you think?" And I said, "I'll take it." I couldn't believe I said it. I thought, I've got to have this camera. The price is right. The time is now. I've got to have this camera. So I bought it. Took it home. Put it in the trunk of my car. Was there for about a day and a half. Because I was already busy doing a lot of other stuff. Couldn't wait to get back to my condo back over here. Brought it back, took it out of the box. I was, learning all about it. It was so easy to turn on. I got the battery all charged up. Bought a memory card, the best one I could get for well over $100. Got, because I wanted everything to be good. Got an auxiliary cable to go from my Yeti to the camera. Oh, there is a tip here. Is there a tip? There's a tip. There's a tip. I think it's some ranch or something. Maybe it's creamy cheese and cucumber. Anyways, it's good. I'm glad I found it. I kind of thought it was weird. There's no dip there, but it was way down there. I had to dig my way down there and find it. Took the camera home. Charged up the battery. Turned it on. My main concern was the audio, the sound, getting that right. When I first bought my Yeti, I struggled to get a decent sound. It was not easy, balancing this, adjusting it on the computer, like the internal sound and the gain, and, it took me a long time. A lot of people complained at first that my volume on my earlier videos was too low, and it was, because I didn't know what I was doing. Now, so I tried different things, adjusting the volume on the camera itself. A lot of people said turn it right down to the very lowest you can, and turn up your gain, or turn up because it plugs into the headphones, or turn up the headphone just adjusted the gain a bit, but I adjusted the headphones. It took me a while to get it right, and so I did. I got a pretty good job. So I made my first video. I did a couple of test videos. Now I have to say, when I bought this camera the very first night, I woke up at about 2:30 in the morning with buyer's remorse. That always happens to me. You know, I spend a lot of money to get buyer's remorse. I think, oh my God, what have I done? When I made my first test video, buyer's remorse went away. I thought, wow, this is beautiful. I love it. I was very happy. Took me a while to get the sound right. I got the sound where I wanted. Made a few test videos. But because I wasn't familiar with the camera, I somehow got locked into some settings I wasn't happy with. Excuse me. And I'm still kind of got it on auto. A lot of people talk about 60 frames per second and the f-stop and the aperture. I used to understand that on the old film cameras, but this is a bit different. So I'm still learning. And by the way, if you got some suggestions for me, put them out in the comments. I'd appreciate it. I listen to every suggestion, please. I appreciate it. I really do, because I'm still learning. So I got locked in these settings and I couldn't quite find my way back home. So I put it back on the default settings. When I did that, I forgot to readjust my audio. So I made a video where I was eating a garden patch salad. And the video's a bit harsh. It's not a total loss, but it's a little bit weird, you might notice. So anyways, that was actually my first video. But when I made the video where I was eating the steak sandwich, I liked the intro better, and I kind of thought with the black and white intro, and all of a sudden it goes to color. Everyone's going to go, oh, Mark, you got a new camera. Yay. Well, nobody noticed. Anyway. But that's okay. I still love you people. Now, not everybody's going to notice that. I'm going to have a wing here pretty soon. When I started making videos, my first videos, I used my Logitech C920 webcam. Very good camera. It's got its limitations. Not good in low light. This camera's fantastic in low light. Believe it or not, it's not that bright in here. Really, it's not very bright in here, but my face is lit and everything else. You'd be surprised how it's. I'm not gonna say it's dark here, but it's not that well lit. It's I got one light on, and these ones behind me. This camera would not function this well in low light. Then I moved on to my phone. I made probably well over 100 videos of that, and then moved on to my phone, Samsung A14 5G, I believe it is. You know, takes very good video and pictures. You know, not bad. You know. So, anyways, I've been using that. I still use my Logitech C920. That's the camera doing overhead shots with. For instance, if I had my overhead camera here, you would see the overhead shot of this. You see it in my food videos a lot. It's the one I use in my crosswords all the time. So I'm doing my crosswords, that's the camera I use exclusively for that. And I've used it in my Try Treats videos, when I open up the box, I switched to that camera up there. Used it in my kitchen videos a lot. The limitations on that, like I said, it's very bad in low light. And it's not, it doesn't focus beyond about 3 or 4 feet. 4 feet maximum. It's good for about 3 feet. past that. And you'll notice when I show an overhead shot, the plate of food might look different. Might look not as colorful, might look kind of washed out or whatever. I do have a Logitech app that I can adjust like the white balance and all that, yada yada. But then that means that requires a lot of playing around with it, which is very time consuming. And for the few shots that I get, sometimes I just think, at least you can see the food, right? And plus the lighting is different up here. When I do my crosswords, I have more lighting above me. And the camera's actually quite close. It's usually right about here. And my crossword puzzle's here, so it's quite clear. If you go, I guess you go beyond 4 feet, it's way out of focus. You see that in some of my kitchen videos and some of my ASMR from a long time ago. It's terrible. Now the color can be quite washed out and quite faded. There's a guy on YouTube who found some, those little slides that you put underneath a microscope. He found a little piece of glass like that were magnified a prescription or something, but he taped them on there and that seemed to work. But then you're covering up the microphone if you want to use that, which I don't anyway, but still. When I moved on to my phone, I was very happy with that. I'm still happy with the quality of the pictures I take with my phone, the video. It's still very good. Okay, eat some of this chicken here. I have no complaints about my phone at all, but it's kind of pixely. Not as good in low light. This camera is fabulous in low light. Very rich. Now this camera does 4K. But I'm just doing 1080p right now, which is all I can do with my phone. And for now, that's all I'm going to do for a couple of reasons. I haven't used it yet, but apparently on longer videos it can cause your camera to overheat and it'll just shut down, just shut off basically. Files are a lot bigger and they require more storage, take longer to upload from what I understand. I could be wrong about that. But the major thing for now is the CapCut editing that I use will only upload in 1080p unless you subscribe, unless you pay for it and become pro, right? Being the cheapskate that I am, I try to get as much free as I can. So I've been using CapCut now for a couple of years for free. I mentioned this before when I first started using it. Everything was free. Now very little is free. I figure these veggies should totally off-balance the wings. Or balance, offset, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. So, there's no point making 4K videos if I can't edit and upload in 4K. Pretty much all the ASMR videos that I watch are 1080p. And for me, it's all about the audio, it's all about the sound. Now, when I listen to ASMR. I emphasize listen. I'm more concerned about the sound than I am about the visual. I know there's a lot of pretty young girls out there, and they're doing ASMR. They're like, "Do you like my titties?" Well, yeah. But no, seriously. To me, it's about listening. I don't care if you got a pretty face or whatever. I'm more about what it sounds like. If I tune into somebody's channel, I'm hearing some good sounds. I put the headphones on, kick back, and I'm just lying like this. Got my eyes closed. I don't care what you look like. But you know what I mean. I struggle to get good sound. I turn my refrigerator off. The other day I made a video. And I had a fan going. Because it's been quite hot here lately. I had a fan going and I knew I should have shut it off. I don't know what I was thinking. I actually turned it on when I came in here. But I shut everything else off. If I had a bathroom fan on, I would shut everything off, close all the windows. And I just wasn't thinking. I just turned it on so you could kind of hear this buzzing in the background. It wasn't a total loss, but I struggle to get better sound than I do visual. Someone told me once, a good friend of mine, one of my viewers actually met in person, was helped me out technically, said some people on YouTube or TikTok or whatever will only watch 4K. Whatever. I try to make my set interesting. Level lamp, lots of color. Hence the flowers, lots of color. Colorful shirts, Now if I could just get some AI to, make myself look like George Clooney, it'd still be my voice, but I'd look like George Clooney, all that, I'd be all sad, wouldn't I? Don't you just love wings? I never get tired of wings. Slippery little bugger. Oh, God, you slippery little guy. Yeah. So, you may see the odd video that was still recorded with my phone, because I've kind of, I record my videos at a time, obviously, for a couple weeks at a time, so they're kind of interspersed. I've changed a few around. I love peas. We've been eating radishes and lettuce and everything out of our garden for a long time. Our herbs are doing great. Our cilantro, our dill, our basil, and everything else are doing great. Now, I have to learn to use this camera better. I don't want just having a bunch of auto settings store. I said, what's a good camera for ASMR? He said, your phone. I didn't believe that, but it wasn't really what I wanted to hear. Excuse me. I wanted to get a better camera. I'm glad I did. Very glad. I didn't buy it for still pictures. I bought it strictly for video. I've used it on my kitchen video. I made the Nanaimo Bar kitchen video, Mark's Easy Kitchen. That was with my new camera. That's one of the first times where I used my phone as the overhead rather than my C920. Vegetables, carrot cake. Which is the healthiest? That's right. If you said carrot cake, you win. I knew I could count on you. I've had a lot of requests lately, and believe me, I write down the ones that are new. But I know some people have been requesting that I do some more meals in my car, and I plan to do that. I've got a lot of content coming up. And I'm still working on an epic story. I wanted to coordinate my Nanaimo Bar videos, the kitchen one and the ASMR, with the world record that was set here in Nanaimo. I know on these things like a wild animal. I went to the store today. I was hoping to get some lettuce wraps. But they didn't have any out yet. They were probably working on them. I know they were putting on a lot of sushi to make all their stuff right there at the deli, which is really nice to see. Really nice to see that. There's a pet store a couple miles away. Actually, it's right in the same area as at least Chicken and Burger Factory and all that. It's right in the same complex. And called Boss Lee's. And on Thursday nights, there's a lady for 2 hours. She clips dogs' nails, and it's $15 cash. And so we take Marcy there, and she hates it. She hates having her nails clipped. Oh my gosh. Must have had a bad experience. So anyway, I was dreading it all week. Get Marcy in the car, she's all excited. Thinks she's going to some off-leash park or something. Put the windows down before we drive there. Beautiful evening. She's all excited. Get out of the car, there's lots of other dogs there. Go inside. The minute we go inside, she knows something's wrong. Of course, she hadn't been there since last fall, I think. And she recognized right away this is a place she did not want to be. Have you ever roasted cauliflower? It's really good. You know, oil and herbs and whatever, salt and pepper, whatever, in the oven or on the barbecue. It's really good. So we take her in there. Last fall was the worst time. I was trying to hold her in, and she waved her head like that. Our heads collided, almost knocked me out. Oh man, it's like somebody hit me with a brick. Oh, I saw stars, but so this time I just sat her down. I got her like in a bear hug and just reassured her, it's okay, Marcy, it's okay. Just whisper in her ear. And she struggled a bit, but she was a lot better this time, way better. And the lady is very good. The dog is very fast, and very efficient. They're very nice people there. While we were waiting, Linda was looking at some of the dog food. Just for the heck of it. They had some cans of dog food for like $7 or $8. Like, wow, what's in that? Must be some specialty thing or something, obviously. But Marcy, you can hear her nails in the hallway on the laminate floor. Click, 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 click. And they're getting so long because she doesn't like to have them cut right. They should be cut like probably every month or something, but they were getting so long that a lot of times you kind of slip, just walking, she'd slip like that. But and we figured maybe that's why she was digging holes there for a while too. But they look a lot better now. last wing. I need this like I need a hole in the head. I actually could have quit right there. Oh yeah, look how moist and beautiful that is. Oh, that's beautiful. That cream cheese icing. That white chocolate. This is so good. This one restaurant I go to, their cake is a little bit different. I think I mentioned this before. It's got pineapple and a bit of coconut on top there. I guess I could try sprinkling my own coconut on there. Did I tell you my cousin made me a coconut cream pie? Not sure if I mentioned that, but she made me a coconut cream pie. I think I did mention that because she's from Saskatoon. Oh man, this is so good. I haven't had this in a while. Look at that creamy icing there, it's just so moist. I'm very impressed with that bakery deli. Did you just hear a motorcycle? They make so many things there from scratch. I'm still not sure if they make an enamel bar there. I'm going to have to ask. I'll just casually ask. I don't want to put them on the spot. What I really need with this is a cup of coffee. It's funny. When my cousin came up from Saskatoon to visit my mom, she brought her Keurig machine with her. She has the exact same Keurig machine I got for Christmas. Exact same model. because she doesn't really like Mom's coffee. Because I grew up, Mom and Dad's coffee. You put the grounds in the pot, you boil the grounds, and you pour it in. And every cup had grounds in the bottom of it. I grew up on that, thinking it was normal. My friends called it cowboy coffee or campfire coffee. Anyways, my nephew from Seattle, when he comes up to visit, he brings his own coffee machine. He's been doing that for years too. He's got a really expensive coffee machine. So he brings his own coffee machine. But a few years ago, my mom's coffee pot broke or something. And prior to that, a couple years before that, my son, my oldest boy, bought my mom a French press coffee pot, a French press, for Christmas. And she looked at it, didn't know what it was. And I thought to myself, I didn't say anything, but I thought she's never going to use that. Well, she didn't. She just kind of put it away because it's a gift from my son. To her, it was like a real treasure, so she kept it. So when her coffee pot broke, she decided to use that. So she started using it. But she was using it wrong. She would just put the plunger in, put the coffee grounds on top, pour the water in, and just put the lid on, type thing. And even my sister, who was living there, didn't have a clue how to make it. I said, well, no, Mom, that's not how you do it. Let me show you. So, put the grounds in, pour the water in, and then set the plunger and just let it, everything, steep or brew or whatever. Then after a couple minutes, just slowly plunge down the press, hence the name French press. And both my sister and my mom are like, wow, they had no clue, right? So anyways, that's fine. It was just kind of a funny moment. So, she's been using that French press now for quite a while, for at least a year and a half or so, which is kind of nice because I never thought you'd ever use it. But she thinks it's the greatest thing. This is so good. I didn't need it, but glad I got it. So, there it is, my friends. Now, once again, if you have any advice to give me on my Sony ZV-E10, I'd appreciate it. In the meantime, look after yourselves, look after each other. If you want a birthday shout out, a birthday wish, or just a plain shout out, whatever, the sooner you let me know, the better. And I appreciate that most of you have been lately. If you haven't heard your shout out yet, let me know, because I keep tracking a book of what videos are on. I can send you the link. And if for some reason I missed it, I